Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sean, and I'm here with a coronavirus COVID-19 update for the month of March. So I wanted to do this and put this together because every phone call that I'm making, people are talking, I'm trying not to talk about real estate, and people are actually talking to me about real estate and just saying, hey, what's going on with the market? You know, how does everything that's going on right now affect home values and home sales? So I know I did a video probably 2 weeks ago or so, but so much has changed since then that it was definitely time to do a market update and really just cover what happened in the month of March. Because it's been I'm sure you know, it's quite a pivotal month in our world, right? Literally on our planet. So let's dive right in. I'm gonna keep this short to the point. Obviously, you guys have stuff to do, I have stuff to do, kind of sit home and really do nothing. But so this is from Showing Time. This is a service that we use as real estate agents to set up showings. Not everybody uses it. A lot of people do use it. This is a metric though that I'm gonna just show you that across the board, if this is happening here through Showing Time, this is also happening across the board through the industry as well. So this dark line, if we call it, I don't know if you can see the color from where you're standing or from where you're watching here, but this dark line is actually 2019, and it was a pretty robust year, right? And we were right at this pivotal point to where the year actually starts to go up. This is our season here, our spring market here, and this gold line, or the light line, however you can see, is 2020. 2020, you could see that activity definitely started off being much better than 2019 until we hit this time right here, which is probably about March 10th, March 9th, March 10th, right about here. And this is for the state of New Jersey, by the way, right about the time we had the stay-at-home order, which totally makes sense that this would drop off here. And you get a little bit of a trickle up here that now that people are starting to get used to stuff and this being actually normal, this might start to normalize just a little bit, but I don't see this going back up crazy to where this gap is gonna be here. But again, looking at showings overall, you get January to February to March, and this brings you right around the March 9th, March 10th. This is that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday where things really kind of got a little hey, this is what you need to do, you need to stay home. And as I'm sitting here in my office, completely sanitized, just me, nobody else is here, except for maybe one other person. And of course, I'm taking every possible precautionary measure. I got my Lysol wipes, or Clorox wipes, whatever the heck they are, my hand sanitizer, mask, so we're good. So again, 2019, the dark line here, 2020 looking like it's gonna be a great 2020 until we hit this mark right here, which my guess is if all this wouldn't happen, obviously you could see this little dip here from probably March 6th-ish as the activity starts to dip a little bit as the coronavirus starts to gain steam here. According to this year's peak, we're minus 74%. Same time last year, we're minus 75%. So that's significant. But again, with a stay-at-home order, this totally makes sense. All right, so this is where it gets interesting, and I'm gonna actually jump into these now. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to compare 2019 to 2020 and break it down by counties. So we're breaking it down by properties listed, properties under contract, and properties withdrawn, just for the month of March. So just for the month of March, we're comparing 2019 to 2020. So in 2019 for PASSAIC County, there were 769 properties listed. That's just in the county, just in 2019. And this is single family, multifamily, condos. This is everything pooled into one, because I want to get an overall non-biased view, right? Because some counties have more two families, some counties have more condos and townhomes. So I'm doing a blanket across the board, huge generalization of what is going on with the market, because I truly believe this is going to paint the most accurate picture for you, and for you to take this stuff and to really digest it and make it work for you, however you want to interpret it. So 2019, we'd have 769 properties. 2020, we had 409, okay? So that's down. Here's the crazy part. 2019 for under contract properties, we had 375, and for the month of March in 2020, 389. So this is actually up, right? This is down, properties listed, properties under contract are up. And what this is gonna do, this is actually gonna create even lower inventory on top of lower interest rates, which in my honest opinion, at least down the road, maybe not so much short term in the next 30, 60, 90 days, but maybe 90, 120, 150, 180 days down the road, this is actually gonna increase the demand for homes as people are still going to have it in their plans to make a move. So this is just Passaic County. Again, I'm just kind of giving you my spin on this here. Properties withdrawn, this is important too because some people are freaked out about the whole, people walking through their homes, they don't know where they've been. Again, we've set up some sanitary measures on our listings to allow people to walk through if they absolutely need to. Again, after exhausting all virtual options, if a person is that interested in buying a property, I mean, eventually they are going to have to walk through the home. So properties withdrawn, 2019 in Passaic County, we had 199. 2020, 138. So if we look at this ratio from listings that came on the market in this specific time period, now you also have to understand there are other listings that were already on prior to the month of March, okay? And now we're April 2nd, so there are other properties that have come on since then as well. But if we look at the number of properties that were listed, the number of properties that went under contract, and the number of properties that were withdrawn, you look at that ratio, I mean, there's definitely movement in the market, which is, for a lack of a better term, I don't want to call it a healthy market, but again, there is movement. Essex County, so we're going to jump to Essex County here, 2019, there was 1,522 properties listed in the month of March. 2020, that's down significantly as well, nearly 50%. Properties under contract, 746, 2019, 665 here. So again, you look at this ratio, the numbers are going on the market and the numbers going under contract. This is like a pretty healthy number. This is definitely healthier than here, than 2019. Properties withdrawn, 337. Properties withdrawn here, 521. So again, for whatever possible reason that these people want to take their house off the market, whether it has something to do with the coronavirus, the pandemic, or whether it has something to do with a change in plans or whatever. That's all included in this number, again, for the month of March. Let's take this down to Morris County. Morris County's got some tremendous numbers as well. Properties listed in 2019, 1,389. Look at that over to 2020, 806. Again, shifted lower, and obviously for the reasons we know. Properties under contract, 607. Properties under contract, 519. So again, properties are still selling. They're still selling, and this ratio here, this is right in line with the other counties as well. Properties withdrawn, 284 back in 2019. Properties withdrawn here, 403. So if we, again, look at the number of properties that are coming off the market versus the number of properties that are going under contract, which are virtually off the market, versus the number of properties that are coming on, there's going to be that pent-up demand once things begin to normalize. So let's see what we got here. So Bergen County, just note this is the GSMLS only, because the NJMLS, I say this every time, like my little disclaimer here, NJMLS does not allow me to go back and search properties that sold with an under contract date, which is a little annoying, but it is what it is. So again, GSMLS as the break my TV here. The New Jersey MLS is predominant Bergen County, so these numbers are ultimately probably not the most accurate you're going to find, especially because Bergen County is so big. This is probably such a low number. In the same breath, I do want to be able to deliver the data to you and keep it consistent across the board. So again, using GSMLS only. Versus 221. So again, if you just want to take the metric, that's almost down 50%. Actually down 100%, what am I talking about? So properties under contract, so we're 246 versus 2020, 195. So under contract down slightly in Bergen County as well. Actually, this is, you know what? So Bergen County has like the Teaneck, you know, those Englewood, like those type of towns that have honestly have been hit a little harder. I keep this moving. We had 90 properties withdrawn in Bergen County in 2019, 150 in 2020. Again, that would make sense, being that Bergen County is probably one of those more so hotspots than here. Here meaning for me, PASSAIC County. So again, these numbers are probably a little out of alignment than what the other two counties are. I'm gonna bring this back up to PASSAIC County here. So again, if we take 2019 to 2020, this is a pretty big reduction in listings that are coming on the market. And going from 375 to 389 under contract, I mean, that just shows the robust real estate market. And now, with these under contracts, let me just pull these withdrawals here again. This way we have all the numbers here. So my observation over this last month has been that in the beginning of the month, when the coronavirus just really started picking up some steam, people were still out there, they weren't really concerned about it. As the month progressed, the properties listed, I believe, shifted a little bit. Properties going under contract kept rising. And my thought is because the people that had actually looked at these properties before realized what was gonna go on, and these properties weren't gonna be coming back on the market, or there weren't gonna be more properties, you know, this number wasn't going to escalate up. And so ultimately they were like, hey, look, we gotta move, we have a house sold here, or we have to move, we're coming out of a lease here, or we have to move because, you know, ultimately our kids are gonna be back in school sometime in the hopefully near future. So we have to move, and this is what they had to choose from, the stuff that was already here, and that was also already listed, right? So this 100% is gonna have a huge effect on our immediate market going forward in terms of selection. This number here, who knows what happens to these people that withdraw their properties? Maybe these people end up putting their house on the market, you know, months down the road. Whatever the case may be, it's going to be interesting to see. It really is. And the way that I think this whole thing plays out, I think the interest rates remain low. It's still, you know, it still is a good time to buy a property. There's no question about it. Again, people still have to ultimately move if there's a need for it. Mr. Coronavirus, it is what it is. Right? We're all here. Hopefully, we're all dealing with it. And any other questions? I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. And stay home. Stay with your family. I'm enjoying my time with my family. I really am. So, and I hope you are too. The silver lining with all of this is we get to take a breather, right? We get to really see what's important in our lives. And so just enjoy my time with family. And I wanted to bring this here for you guys the next time. Who knows, I may be home. My wife didn't want me to come out today, but I wanted to show this on the screen because this gives you the added value and the benefit of just seeing what I get to see as opposed to me writing on a whiteboard or me pulling stickers off a board or something like that, right? So anyways, Sean Annan, Keller Williams Realty. People are still buying houses. People are still putting their house on the market. It's different. There's no question about it. There's no minimizing of what is going on here whatsoever. But there are still people out there buying houses, all right? So again, just wanted to wrap this all up. Pretty much answer this as like a general question as the questions that I get when I'm on the phone with people. So hope to speak to you guys soon. Stay safe, wash your hands, sanitize up, everything that you guys know that you need to do to remain safe. Be well.